over to meteorologist Hannah Gard, who has a look at your Monday. It's Monday, Hannah.
It is a Monday, and we've been dealing with that fog out there, so we're taking a look at the roadways. It definitely looks improved, even on the twin span. We still have some of that fog out there, though, so you got to take it slow. If you're near those bodies of water right now by the lakes, that's where we're seeing that bank of fog sitting. Elsewhere, we are looking clear. There's just a little bit of a haze left, but it does look like the fog is starting to dissipate a little bit. You can actually see what's called gravity waves, these little waves coming by, which are kind of taking that fog out now. It's still sitting over the lake. We're seeing a little bit of the impacts there on the lakefront. And then we do have a little bank of fog over here north of St. Bernard Parish as well. So just watch for those areas that are right next to bodies of water, maybe 55 here. It looks like it hasn't really traveled that direction though. And then on the twin spans, we're still seeing some of that light fog. The visibility has improved on the lakefront slightly. We're still at a quarter mile, which is not great, but it was at 0 mile visibility. So we should start to see the fog mixing out as we are now warming up. But the lake waters are cool because we had that Arctic blast. So that's why you're seeing that fog just hanging out in those lake areas. So we do have marine dense fog advisories now until noon. I think it'll start to clear up over the next hour or so. The dew points though, very high in the 60s across the area, in the 70s over to our west. This is leading into a low pressure system that's north of us. So we're in the warm sector, and that's why we have so much moisture to work with, but we don't really have strong winds. So with calm conditions, we can see that fog. It's still cooling off in the morning. We're in the 60s and 50s, so we will have to watch for the fog the next couple of mornings as well. Then after the fog clears in the afternoons, we're looking at near record high temperatures. Later in the week, we could see a pattern change toward the end of the week and the weekend. But before that, we'll be dealing with that fog each morning. This is the outlook for tomorrow morning. Looks like we'll see more patchy dense fog and a haze elsewhere. So keeping your eyes on the roads for your Tuesday commute. And then again on Wednesday, the modeling also showing the potential for some patchy dense fog. This threat is really not going to go anywhere until we get some winds kicking in. Maybe Thursday morning. It's not so widespread because we will have some windy conditions. So reminders for fog safety for the next couple of mornings. Use those low beams, reduce your speed, keep your distance, and use an alternate route. We're giving you the first alert for that for the next few days. The warm conditions are because of high pressure that is sitting over us. Here's the pattern change though. We start to see some lows coming from the west coast. We could see some rain and storm potential by Friday, and then we have another low setting up behind that. We might have to watch for the weekend or the start of next week for some storm chances. The problem is each model run is really changing the timing on the storms here. So the main takeaway from the pattern shift is that we are going to see an increase in rain and storm chances. The question is, when do we have to watch for those weather systems and what exactly are we watching for? There's a good chance that a lot of the storms stay to our northwest and our west, but we are kind of right on the edge of that stormy corridor. So we'll keep watching this as we go throughout the week and time it out better. Again, I think the first system Thursday night into Friday, that's what we'll be watching for. But we are getting some moderate drought conditions expanding around the lake and along southern Mississippi. So we need some rain. We've had just trace amounts of rain so far for the month, which is more than 2 inches below average now. So we're definitely running behind there. Our highs getting to 84 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which is right around records. The records are sitting at pretty much 85 each day until late week. We might even tie a record on Thursday. And then we'll back off to the 70s with those rain chances coming around. But I don't see any big cold fronts in the extended forecast. You could see that the air to the north of us, not even below freezing. The really cold air is sitting up in the Arctic Circle. So maybe once we get closer to Thanksgiving, we'll start to see some of that colder air diving down across the northwestern parts of the country. But I still think we're going to be well above normal, at least leading up to Thanksgiving. And then maybe we can get some colder air by the end of the month and the start of December. So we'll be watching for that. But for now, we're giving you that first alert. Fog chances each morning through Wednesday. You really want to keep an eye on the roadways. It's going to be quite warm, though, after the cooler start. And then we'll be tracking those storm chances at the end of the week. Back to you.